In the words of Tom Cruise from A Few Good Men, and the hits just keep on coming. Coronavirus, the elections, the debates. Got another debate coming up next day or two, vice presidential debate. The president testing positive. 2020. It's going to end someday, but I know we're all getting tired of it. Hey, this is FBTV. My name is Mike. Glad you tuned in. If you have something maybe on your mind, you have a question, something you want to talk about, you can call us, 479-668-0213. That's going to be our studio line. If you have a comment, question, message, maybe you want to leave your comment, question, or message on our studio line voicemail, we will reply. You'll probably hear yourself here on, in the podcast or here on a video when we do next Q&A. I want to remind you, too, FreightBrokerTV.com. That's where all of this is based. If you haven't checked us out, you should. We got a lot of information there for you. We have the Freight Broker TV, FBTV. That is broadcasting 24/7. And we got FBTV radio as well. You can tune in to the FBTV radio. Find us at FreightBrokerTV.com. Matter of fact, the URL for our live stream radio is available. And matter of fact, there's an app. If you got an iPhone, you can download. We ought to make our own app. We may check into that coming up next year. A lot of things going to be going on next year. But before we can get to 2021... 2020's got to be back there, you know? But anyway, if you got questions, comments, or messages, obviously use studio line. You can email us, fbtv@freightbrokertv.com. We have forums on the website, the whole 9 yards. I want to remind you, too, and I always forget this, we can use your help. Tell people about our channel. Tell them we're here to help you make a decision, what you want to do, help you move forward if you want to move forward as a freight broker agent, provide you insights to the industry, maybe provide that information that will help you make up your mind. You know, maybe this isn't right for you. That's what we're here for. If you decide you want to proceed, we got ways to do that too. Your next step, obviously, would be the FBTV Insider. That's where you're going to get more information. All of our public content is in the Insider, plus we do insider content only, which includes podcasts, videos, and such. Plus, you get access to some of the Tautoa training material. I think this week, what do we got? Intro to the TMS, something like that. But anyway, you can check that out. Again, Freight Broker TV, or you can go to FBTV Insider. You know, it's free to register for the Insider. You have access to all the public content. If you want the Insider content, $2.99 a month? Something like that, but anyway. And you can follow us on Twitter. We ask that you follow us on YouTube, obviously. You know, click the subscribe, ring the bell, everything that everybody else tells you to do. Ditto. But you can follow us on Twitter as well, at Freight TV. Now, if you are an insider, I'm sorry, I'm going to clean my glasses. I don't think they've been cleaned since 2019. But if you are an insider, yeah, you definitely want to follow us at on Twitter at Freight TV, so you can keep up to date. When we do a live broadcast, you'll be notified via Twitter. You know, we'll give you a heads up on that, so you can tune in live. And when we do a live broadcast, a lot of people ask, why don't you do some live streaming on YouTube? Well, because we reserve that for insiders. Okay, bottom line, we talk about a lot more stuff on the insiders, a little bit more casual, and get down to nitty gritty if you would, but you can check that out. All right, what are we here for today? Today I'm going to be talking to you about a common mistake. I think we've talked about this before. Common mistake that new brokers make, and it just seems so natural when they're making it. They think they're doing the right thing. And the reason I'm bringing that up, as you may or may not know, I'm the lead consultant for Tautoa. And I work with clients all the time. Training sessions, consult calls, consult sessions, and such. But this seems to be pretty predominant. No matter how many times I repeat myself, the same thing happens. And I get it. I'm not knocking you for doing it if you're doing it, but you need to be aware that you're doing it and stop it. What is it? Okay, you're out there. You just started your broker operation. You're on the phone. You're making your sales calls. You get a customer. They said, yeah, I'll work with you. Send me your information. Man, I can't wait. You send them the info. Man, they just almost immediately, they say, hey, I've got a couple of loads here. See if you can help me with these loads. Here's where the problem begins. All you should do if you're a new broker and you've got a new customer and they say, here's a couple of loads, see if you can help me with these loads. All you should do is post the load on your load boards and get back on the phone making sales calls. 2 loads are not going to make your brokerage. You need a lot of loads. How many? Well, I've said this before. People didn't believe me, but or some didn't. They questioned it. But when I was brokering full time, on an average day, I would have anywhere from 400 to 600 loads available to me. Out of those loads, I was able to find the loads that made me money. And the rest of them, hey, if somebody called me about those loads, they wanted to move it, all I had to do was the paperwork to make that money. No problem. I do that all day long. But as a new broker agent, you need to stay on that telephone making sales calls until you don't have time to make sales calls because you've got so many loads. You've got to get around, you got to get past that startup period. The startup period's going to be the most annoying thing you've ever gone through in your life. It's just a pain. You know, I told one client yesterday, you know, you got to stay on that phone till you get calluses on the tips of your fingers pushing those buttons. That's, if there's any secret to this business, that's it. You've got to have a customer base. You can, you know, I've even seen brokers go out here and instead of making sales calls to potential customers, they go out here and they actually work on setting up carriers. My response to that is, who's paying you? The shipper, the customer, they're paying you. Okay, that's something else we can talk about. Well, terminology is so important in this business. I say shipper and such when I'm talking about a customer, but actually a customer and shipper, 2 different animals. The customer is the one paying you to move the load. The shipper is where the load is picking up. Okay, those terms get used a lot interchangeably, but there's really 2 separate definitions. Now, the customer can be the shipper, but the customer may be somebody else, maybe the receiver. See what I mean? But anyway, neither here nor there. Okay, if you're new, you've been making calls, making sales calls, keep making the calls, but when you get a customer, they say, send me your packet. You send them your legal documentation. They make a load or 2 available to you. Hey, post them, but get right back on that phone. If a trucking company is interested, they will call you. Okay. All right. Don't forget, follow us, subscribe, click the bell, all that fun stuff down below. FBTV on Twitter, @FreightTV. Follow us there too. All right. Go have a good day today. Have a great day. Fall is in the air, but still, it can be a great day. Don't let all this stuff worry us. You know, it's a crazy world we live in, crazy times. Don't let it get you down. Have a great day, unless, of course, you've made other plans.